Rachel does.
Oh, every time I'm on a Zoom call, the first 10 minutes is just me.
Oh, we found out, there's a way you can stop viewing yourself. Rachel and Isaiah and I figured that out yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, there's a hide self view.
Yeah,
I need
there
to see
is.
myself. I'm cute.
Derek, I haven't seen your face in like 5 months. I
I
don't even
know.
know who Derek is.
It's been so long since I've seen literally anybody.
Here I am. I still look the same.
I'm just going to move my keyboard quick.
Oh my god. Yvette has like the only space that's like looks aggressively decorated. Everybody else has a very clean backdrop, and Yvette has artwork everywhere.
If I could turn my camera without messing it up, I'd show you. My unicorn is on that wall. The one
I
that
have.
Trisha gave me.
When I do Zoom calls from my house, I have to do a quick background check to make sure all of the wall art that you can see is work appropriate.
A little background check.
Background check.
Okay, that's it.
That was a good one.
That's all I can supply to this meeting. Bye, guys.
Thank you so much.
Rachel, we got to do a social post.
Okay.
Remember
I'll
we
write it
used
down.
to do Gallows Humor on Fridays, back when Kira was with us? I don't know if you remember that.
I do.
That's
I don't.
almost a Gallows Humor there, huh?
I remember that. I was there.
You were there.
I was there. Hi, Brittany.
Hi, Derek.
Well, you guys let me know when you want me to get started.
We can wait a few more minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, just a couple.
I had to do my own webinar today. It's a lot.
Yvette, change your name.
What?
Change your name, Yvette. She doesn't know how. Okay, well, I'm not the host. I can't do it.
I tried it and it wouldn't let me either.
I'll try. I might be the host. I've been on so many of these today. Yes. Got you covered.
Patricia and Rachel, you will be proud of me. I scheduled my first Zoom meeting today.
I know,
and it was
Brittany.
successful.
With
Brittany
whose help?
told us.
With whose help?
Yes, with Brittany's help.
Okay.
I told Michelle all about it. Michelle didn't think I was going to actually send her a link.
I had to take a quick break, and I'm like, set up a Zoom, and I take off, and I'm like, she's not going to do that.
I said
I was
chat it to her. Because that's what you do, is you chat us the links when you want to have a meeting with Michelle. So I said that's what,
Mm-hmm.
just trying to
Yeah.
help out.
It worked out just fine. Thank you so much. Thank you for all your support, everybody.
I figured they didn't share the access with you, Yvette, so you couldn't screw it up.
Oh, that's probably a valid point. But now I know.
All right, we can get started.
Okay, so welcome everybody to our CI Leading the Way webinar for the month of July 2020. Today's topic we are going to cover is origin, the beginning of our background investigations. And so my name is Yvette, and I am one of the lead investigators here at Commercial Investigations. My 6-year anniversary is actually coming up on August 1st. So great 6 years here. I am in charge of verifications, and also with us today is Patricia. Patricia is lead investigator in charge of criminal, and Patricia's been here for how many years, Patricia?
Almost 5 in
Almost
September.
five. And then we have Brittany. She is also a lead investigator in charge of initiating, and she just hit her 4-year anniversary.
Yes, I
Yes,
am.
very good, with commercial investigations. And we have Rachel, who is also an investigator here, as well as she takes care of a lot of marketing and social media. And Rachel has been here for
3.5 years.
3.5 years. Perfect. So we're doing great. And we also have Michelle. Michelle is the owner of the company, so she's been here as long as anybody.
In my 17th year.
Yes. So it's great to see you all. Thanks for joining us, and we're going to get started with Brittany.
All right. So people ask, what is origin? So the origin is a multi-level validation of a subject's personal identifier information, and it's also a high-level search of multi-jurisdictional criminal record databases. Origin is an excellent investigative starting point for most of our all of our background investigations.
And then you might be wondering how Origin works. So Origin starts by validating someone's social security number and also their name. And then Origin provides us with aliases, addresses, and even movement patterns of someone that are associated with their social security number. And this helps us to know where to look for criminal records and also helps us pinpoint where additional research may be required.
So once identity is validated, the names associated with the social security number are run through our multi-jurisdictional criminal inquiry. So the records are combed through U.S. counties, Department of Corrections, Administrative Office of the Courts, and sex offender registries covering all 50 states, Washington, D.C., Puerto Rico, and Guam. And then based off the information that is in that origin, that's when we run the appropriate statewide, counties, and all alias names per your company's policy.
And then you also might be wondering what's included in that multi-jurisdictional criminal inquiry. So it's a search of the National Sex Offender Registry, as well as national and international terrorist source searches. And it also includes over 4.1 million photos and a search of our database of previously completed reports. So in total, it has over 8 million records. And while Origin does include a lot of records, it's not all encompassing. So it doesn't include federal criminal, and also states like New York, Massachusetts, and Oregon. All of their sex offender registry levels are not included online. So that isn't being picked up in that National Sex Offender Registry. Therefore, a state-specific sex offender registry is still a really great search to have in your package so that you can check all of the levels that are publicly available of the sex offender registry.
So what makes Origin a little bit different for us is that we have that aspect of human intervention. There are a lot of organizations that will use a very similar tool of multi-jurisdictional criminal inquiry, and then they won't go through and make sure that it's a positive identification of their individual. This is something that we kind of differ on with our human intervention. Brittany is usually the one who starts the process of the background investigation. She is the one who usually will run the origin. It's her eyes first on the background investigation. So in that, she'll actually go through and do a preliminary search of making positive or identifications or ruling people out based on information that we've gathered from that social trace. From there, it then goes on to, like she said, we'll add in counties or statewide or other proprietary searches in order to do additional investigations. So that goes then to another researcher. So then you have that second layer of eyes that are on that criminal record. And then after that is completed, it then goes into a quality control specialist who then looks over it and makes sure that the information is correct, as well as the identification is a positive match. So you have 3 levels of positive identification and using that human intervention. So that is something that is kind of we pride ourselves on, is the fact that we combine that automation as well as the human intervention to give you the best possible and most accurate results that we can provide to our clients. So that's just something that kind of stands out about our origin and our process. There are a lot of organizations that will use contemporaneous notice and just send out that, these are the possible hits. There's not additional information that was searched on it, and then they will send it to the client as well as the individual that the background check had been run on. So we use primary source. We go through, we make sure, and we identify, and we have 3 layers of identification before it gets sent on to our clients. So at this time, I'd like to open it up to any questions that you might have regarding our origin search.
I have a question, if you don't mind, Patricia. So the origin search pulls that address history, correct? And then I've had multiple times, and I'm sure you've seen it before, where candidates see an address that is not an address they lived at or information that does not match with them. Is there a way to go about dealing with this, or a process to remove it or confirm it? Because I know that people sometimes panic and assume that their identity was stolen.
Yeah, so actually, if they said that they've never lived there, they can certainly email us, give us those addresses, and we can reach out to our vendor and our software provider and actually get those addresses removed.
Wonderful. I've tried to explain to multiple people that it's usually a clerical error, if I'm not mistaken, that somebody
Right.
wrote down a social incorrectly somewhere.
And it
Yeah.
attached it to theirs. Yeah, it's because there's like human intervention when or not. It's the human intervention, but there's always room for error. And when people are entering in different things based on socials, sometimes they'll hit a digit wrong, and then it'll attach to someone else's. So if someone applied for a credit somewhere and their digit was off by 1, it's then going to show up on our individual's social trace. It doesn't mean that their identity had been stolen. It just means that somewhere along the line, someone made a mistake when entering in the social. So it's not something to freak out about. There's a way to remove it from the database and make sure that the most accurate information is being passed on.
That actually reminds me, I think on my social trace, there's a wonky address. Brittany, you might get an email from me in a little bit.
Any other questions?
No?
No, I mean, like, how you doing?
Good.
Oh, that's good.
Patricia, I believe this was you also.
It is me.
Okay.
So
Checking.
if there are any additional questions, you can always reach out to us via our phone number. We have the 800 one as well as a local number, or email our monitored staff email account that Brittany is in all day long. And then we'll also have our hands in if there's something that we see that we can help out with.
Definitely.
All right, so thank you for joining us. Our next CI Leading the Way webinar will be held next month, so stay tuned for more information on that. To view any of our past recordings and webinars, you can visit our website at commercialinvestigationsllc.com. You can either follow that long hyperlink, or right on the main homepage it says like COVID information, and if you click on that it shows what we've been up to, and you can actually link to all of the videos there.
And this one will be up shortly too, so if you do want to share it with your colleagues, it'll be there for you shortly.
Cool beans.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. I have to check out the one from last month. I missed it. So thanks for reminding me about that link.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, thanks, everybody. Have a great day.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.